more heat, more sweat. You build up more sweat after working out. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the internet service here. Hasn't been popping. At any rate, we here to do what we do. I saw Divine King all from one. I might, be on a little lookout. I was going to do a little PSA today, but I don't know if it's necessary yet. But be on the lookout over the next couple of days. There might be some stuff that I don't know who needs to hear this, but let's see how it goes. Because everybody, we didn't get a chance to send an alert out too. So everybody got to do the each one teach one, hit the like button so we can get the rest of the people in here. We're going to keep it simple today, and deal with pieces of steel. What that make y'all think of? The first couple brothers that's in here, what that make y'all think of right there, off top, pieces of steel? What you think of off the top of your head right there? I do not know. Anyone there? Pieces of steel that we got in the title. What does that make everyone think of? Medina? We close. It's 120. You heard me? Yeah. Question on the table is the title today, Pieces of Steel. What does that bring to mind? Supreme Being God said magnetic attraction and repulsion. All right, Asa. Thanks for that. Support for the channel is always appreciated. Right, so Mr. 120 said opposing forces. Complete. Anyone else? What is the title of the civilization class today? Pieces of steel. What does that bring to mind? Said individuals who are firm in mental and physical. How about aligning the magnetics? Well, as you know, the thing that I'm very glad that nobody said it made them think of making the devil. Because, Yakub founded a law, right, based on his experimentation with pieces of steel, right? But that's not the law, his law of unlike attract, like repel. That's not our law. So, whenever you dealing with any type of interaction, right? You in a cipher, whatever type of interaction you're dealing with, right? You're dealing with pieces of steel. Like the pieces of steel ultimately, right, is all of society that Yakub was experimenting. You see what I'm saying? All of the different interplays between the people and who got the power and what they doing with the power, how they using it. You see what I'm saying? And it's how you using it to the benefit or detriment of other people. But in the beginning, right, it's how you using it to the benefit or detriment of yourself. Right? When you experimenting with high explosives, right? 2 pieces of steel. Nothing just explodes on its own. You gotta mix it with something. You see what I'm saying? And what's made me think about that, right, is because, like I said, when you experiment with these 2 pieces of steel, like I said, this is everything in society. And just like in society, you got myriad situations, right? It's myriad different it's you said we had a 3.1 earthquake. I thought you said you in South Carolina. An earthquake? Wild stuff. But just like you have these myriad situations out there in society, it's myriad different ways that things relate. You see what I'm saying? So see, when you building with your own self, right? When God is building with God, then we one piece of steel. See, all the unlike has been and will be repelled. What's going on, Mike? Now, another thing that we have to do the knowledge to, right, is when you deal with preserving the best part for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You know, and knowing what piece of steel you are. See, when you out there teaching, you the piece of steel with the magnetic. Somewhere down the line, look, and I don't know who needs to hear this. I'm not saying it's people on this channel. People are losing track of who's the piece of steel with the magnetic. You think because our duty is to teach these people, right? Make a divine wisdom. Hopefully you didn't have to see a pig commercial to get on today. But we had I tried to fuck with the algorithm and I put veganism in one of the titles. I did that just for you, Mega Divine Wisdom, so that when you come on, perhaps you wouldn't have to see a ham sandwich commercial. Divine Truth. I don't have the equipment today, unfortunately, Divine Truth. But yeah, remembering that you the piece of steel with the magnetic. You see what I'm saying? And understanding that, listen, the person they gotta want the knowledge. See, I can only get a person up to 6. Now, if you a woman, you'd be okay with that. That's how those two pieces still interact. You see what I'm saying? Talking about man and woman. But see, to really go to the level of 7, a person has to want to do that. You see what I'm saying? Now, what happens, right, when you've made them think that they special, right, and they the piece of steel with the magnetic. So now they're setting the standards. They're telling you when they can study and when they can't study. Now, I'll tell you when you can be this and when you can't be this then. This is where people is getting it twisted. And then we're not, magnetic, we pieces of steel. Cold hard steel. We not listen. However the laws, however we interact, right? I'm not gonna force it to be the other way. Like if your negative pole, right, interacts with my negative pole and I don't like you, I'm not gonna try to force myself to like you. We two pieces of steel that repel. And see, by the same time, you see the opposite happening too. Right? People trying to repel the things that they really attracted to. See, this is where we get all of these characters from now, G. This is where we get all these characters that think they 5%. Because they don't understand that 6 is a number. It's not a feeling. It's not an analysis. It's not an opinion. It's a number. And that's the reason we use numbers, because 1 can only be 1. 1.1 is something else. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. 7 is a number, but the thing is, they're not getting past 6. So let's not even talk with them about 7. That's what I mean. They need to know that no, 7 is a different number than what you've been dealing with. You've been coming around us dealing with good equality. A lot of people, they don't realize that you've just been dealing with good equality, right? And they don't they don't understand too, right? Shakanulu was the sign. They don't understand too, right? That see, we have a force of habit of language, right? Because there's I guess what you would call mutual intelligibility, or what's that word? Meaning we can we can understand English, right? And people that speak English can understand when we use in our language. They don't understand how we put all the syntax and how the words work together. But if they hear us say, universe, they know that word. So just saying that sometimes, right, you will notice that we slip back and forth between languages. Like a West Indian person might slip in and out of their accent, right? So sometimes you would you with your 85 people, right? And just from force of habit, right? Just from force of habit, you're saying, you walk up to them and you say, "Peace, God." Yo, God, pass me the, pass me, pass me the, pass me the ashtray. That's because y'all dealing with good equality. But now this person may get it confused. That's what's been happening. That you deal with this good equality with everybody, right? And like I said, see, that's the fine line. This is the greatest nation, right? Because we don't make you wait. We tell you upon impact, right? We give you the greatest jewel of ever, right? We tell you who you are. King Me was the signs, justice born, freedom, right? We already give you that jewel. But that's the fine line. Is that you talking to this 85, right? Like he's God in the present tense. See, we're not telling them, for the most part, when we be talking, we speaking about a kind of, we speaking about the original man, right? And then it's like we're conferring it on to this individual as if he's who we talking about. When we know that they only fit the beginning. They just the Asiatic black man. They not to make it the only cream of the planet. So see, at that point right there, where they just the black man, guess what? They could go on to be the make it the only cream of the planet, Earth, Father, civilization, and God of the universe. But to make devil, what must one first do? You must begin grafted on making him from the black man. So at that point, when you telling them that, they can still go either way. We shouldn't be surprised when that happened. You only surprised if you think he the piece of steel with the magnetic and he was just going to be righteous by default, or you thought he was righteous, or whatever the case may be. And he might have been if he was ever made to know. Don't worry about the UBD. Don't worry about the UBD. See, the penalty is death. I'm talking about on the planet Earth. There's certain shit that we do right now because we're a civilized society to try to help people who don't have a certain degree of knowledge, wisdom, understanding, culture, and refinement. And they may be prone to behave like savages and lose all knowledge and do dumb shit. We try to mitigate that for them. You know, they got the pads down at the park, under the swing set. Start you off when you young. Just in case you fuck up, because we know that's But that's the reality. Outside of that cushy science, you know what I'm saying? Like, see, right now, the penalty for being lazy in America is not that great. If we was lazy at another time in another place when we couldn't depend on the devil to give us nothing, right? And you was lazy, scrams, I need my maize. I need all this. I need this okras. I need this. I got babies down in my house. What happened to your okras? You had all summer. You you had all summer to to grow your okras. Where's your okras? You don't got no okras. All right, well look, I can give you this 10. I got 10 stalks here. I can give you that, man. Because after that, you saw like a spare. I ain't even got that. You see, because we live in now here in the industrial revolution, where one farmer can feed 150 people or whatever the number is. But that's the real penalty. But at any rate, do we do you know am I being clear so far about how people gotta observe these pieces of steel were magnetic? See, even when you observing, see that's how I pick these people out too. That's how I pick these people out. Because you know who's one of the trickiest motherfuckers in the world. And y'all all know who he is. Y'all know who he is. Y'all know him well. Your old friend, Mr. Paperclip. Your old friend, Mr. Paperclip, who don't have no magnetic on his own. But he good at making it look like he's a piece of steel magnet. He good at acting like he's a piece of steel with the magnet. Especially to those that don't have the magnetic. That's the real science. You got people. Look, we don't have to we don't have to rehash their names. But in let's say the last 10 years, right? We've seen a whole slew of people that once they put God in their name, once they put Allah in their name, once they started saying that this is the science they was about, all of a sudden they was making new moves. All of a sudden they the wise man from the east. But then on their own, I don't see nothing out there. They wasn't God about there. See, that's why I be telling you, look, go master your shit before you even come. Teach out there. The first people that came to my class was the people that I was teaching at the time. There was people, there was a couple of brothers like Freedom. I don't know if Magnetic is on the line. Magnetic was just on the call with us, but that same Magnetic, you know, uh, when freedom was going up there around his way, that's how magnetic. A lot of them brothers up there end up getting 120 through freedom. But I had met freedom and we was building one day and he called me up. He called me up later on that night and was like, yo, that stuff we was talking about and shit, y'all want to learn some more. That I want to deal with that science. So I had told him, yo, meet me at the school and shit. You know what I'm saying? And he came. That was I brought my people from out there. But see, you come here, right, and you try to build your shit up so you can get your people. I see you coming, son. Saying they might as well be the morning fucking sun. I see them coming over the horizon before they even visible to the naked eye. I can sense it because you ain't got no people. You come in here like you got in the universe, but you ain't got maker, owner, cream of the planet Earth, father, civilization though.
Never go home in the school, man.
How you God in the universe, you want to come over here and be God in the universe, but you not make your own the cream of the planet Earth, father, civilization. No place.
To the back gate, he leaves the front gate open, and to go to the back gate.
See, that's the work part. That's the work part.
Lock to the front gate, man. There's no lock on the front gate, man.
That's the work part.
I am not kidding, man.
See, I'm not saying that it's not it's not tedious. That it's not something that you gotta put some effort to, right? Yeah, you gotta put some effort to some things, right? But look, you gotta put some effort into having sex, right? But how many people would look at that as labor? See, to the devil, dealing with this studies is labor. It's labor like that. See, to me, it's effort like sex. I love it. So see, for other people, yeah, that's a labor for them. When we tell them, nah, son, go out there and teach. Nah. Study your lessons. This seems like labor. First of all, they ain't really studying it. Because if you really was studying it and you seen all the shit that was in it, right? Now it's just a book you can't put down. If you seeing the labor, the layer upon layer, and look, if you going outside, if you going outside and thinking, see, there's a difference between like, see, even for instance, right now, right, we dealing with the formation of the credit union. That's a whole different thing from opening up a bank account. Now you got to do the thinking. See, when you go down to Chase, that's what they do. They take all the fucking thinking out of your hands. All they want you to do is sign the paper and put your money in there. They don't want you thinking. But when you on your own, right? I'm talking about the difference of if you in business for yourself, where you got to be thinking on your feet. The problem comes up and you got to solve it. That's different from you go to a job and a problem comes up and there's a bureaucratic procedure that you're supposed to go through. And see, Shakanulu said, doing something you love requires no labor. That's what I was trying to say right there. That's what I put it. That's what you call wisdom. When you're able to take the whole thing, what I was saying, and just bang, that's wisdom. When you can say it like that. Arabi, it was something I was just thinking about you, Arabi. I was just thinking about you. What was it? I'm gonna think of it. I'm gonna think of it. I'm gonna think of it in a minute. Seven. What's the signs? But for the people that just came in, right? We discussing pieces of steel. You know what I'm saying? See, Arabi is a good example of somebody who always understood the signs of who's a piece of steel with the magnetic. See, Arabi, right? You know, historically, see, y'all, like I said, in a lot of ways, man, y'all may think we harsh now, but y'all are meeting the kinder, gentler. This is the kinder, gentler Arabi. Arabi used to run people away. Arabi, Arabi, Arabi was like, Arabi, Arabi was like a security guard for the knowledge. You're not getting this, my man. You're not getting this, man. See, before you get this, see, first of all, let me tell you about civilization. The whole way, you see how you approached us? All right, get the fuck out of here. That's it. You done. You don't get the knowledge. That was Arabi. Just the way how you walked up, yeah, I ain't like that, man. Get the fuck out of here. See, y'all are not treating this knowledge like it's something to be preserved. What I'm saying is, listen, you don't do that with your woman. I'm talking about the 23 million square miles, right? What we call the best part. See, you don't treat this knowledge like that. You just let anybody use it. You wouldn't just let anybody use that. You're gonna tell them, they go, hold up, it's a certain way you got to deal. Wait, don't talk like that to my women. Whoa, the way how you get these lessons, it's got to be a certain way. See, you see, I still got it. I still let a motherfucker know. See, y'all be worried about telling nigga he got to fast 3 days. Y'all be worried that day he might don't want it. Fuck him. What could we, the Lords, do with a punk like him anyway? You see, if you thinking that the piece of steel with the magnetic is out there, yeah, I know the babies is the greatest. They the greatest because of what they have the potential to be. And it's our duty to give them the knowledge and wisdom, right? It's our duty to give them the knowledge and wisdom that'll help them get there. But they can't get there with the wisdom and knowledge. So if you sit back and let them do it wrong, guess what? You wasted your time and you made shit worse for them. See, Robbie ain't wasting his time. Robbie ain't wasting his time. I ain't never seen Robbie waste some time with a motherfucker. Never, not one time. I know Robbie 34, 35 years, something like that. Never see Robbie waste his time. Shit, like the guy said, God, listen, when you see these people, God, at least ask them where they from, God. Some of the stuff, yeah, it's because we on the channel, but no, that's real life. When you see when a new person come on, yo, where you from? What degrees? You know the day's mathematics? We even got. Do you know the day's mathematics? Y'all be scared a motherfucker ain't gonna be your friend. Robbie don't need no fucking friends. Robbie's not friendly. In Wine Truth, I have a question about a like. Wait a minute here, let me get my mouse out. Oh wait, what am I doing? I'm not even. Question about alike and unlike. We are both Allah's 5%. Our ways and actions are supposed to reflect that of our God. So when has one individual determined idea affect as a whole nation? Yeah, see, now what you said, see that person is unlike. See the piece of steel law applied to us, right? Like you said, as we, the Lord's 5%, we are one piece of steel. And that nigga who's trying to do some other shit without dealing with us. Like, see that happens, right? Where you can reverse the poles, like you know the science of piece of steel with magnetic, right? It got all the positive ions on one side and all the negative ions on the other side, right? You could lose your magnetic if you get confused and they get all mixed up. But we are one piece of steel. We're all those positive ions on one side. And the negative is unlike us. And we repelling them. That individual, listen, if he's like us, right, then he's supposed to be able to come amongst us and say, yo, fellas, listen, we on the wrong side of the game here. The whole time we thinking we was the positive, but we was the negative. Yeah, fellas, let's get right and exact. That's how he would do if he was one of us. See, those people, look, we dealt with that. This is kind of a different topic, but those people, listen, man, the parliamentary process was deliberately designed to be slow and tedious. Because any move that's made too fast, that involves so many different people, right? When you have a situation where just one person, like I could just not like this motherfucker right here, and now the whole country has to go to war. Like a lot of motherfuckers gonna die, even if we win. No, it's supposed to be deliberate like that. And see, the motherfuckers that don't like that is the dictators and the kings. That's how they fancy them fucking selves. The process is never convenient enough for them. It's never moving fast enough for them. But see, if you know about the law of unintended consequences. There's no place that the law of unintended consequences manifests itself more than in government. Now, dealing with our situation here in America, a lot of times, right, we have to look at it and say, nah, this unintended consequence has occurred too many times for us to continue to go with the narrative that is unintended. But what I'm saying is, let's just go into the supposition that there was some people that voted in favor of the institution of welfare, right? You know, some black politicians that was like, yeah, the people in my district is starving and shit. You know what I'm saying? They need, they need, you know, some assistance, right? The consequences, all the consequences. Yeah, one of the consequences is that it reduced childhood malnutrition. But there was also a lot of unintended consequences as well. It locked a lot of those children into a poverty state, right? That caused them now to, you know, turn to crime and drugs and different things that end up ruining their life. When the people took the welfare, they didn't know that was going to happen. That's an unintended consequence. And see, when we all got to pay the price for that unintended consequence, there's something wrong with that, G. Whoever's doing that shit, God, whoever's doing that shit, they unlike God. And see, notice, I didn't say what a motherfucker idea is. Because we could debate that. We could debate that. Look, just yesterday, look, I work out, G. I work out. Just in the last 2 days, niggas put me on to some new shit. I was fucked up, G. Like niggas is rapping out on me, laughing at me, cause I could barely do the shit, G. Learn something new. Now I got to go and ask them, yo, say, what that shit you showed me again? That's it on a low level, but my mind is open like that on every level. If you ain't willing to learn, they not like us, God. If they not ready to build, God, they not like us, God. If they scared to be wrong, they not like us, God. And niggas that scared to come to the rally don't get the call shots. Niggas that scared to come to the cipher don't get to sign shit for us. Where the fuck do that happen? Let me tell you something. They want to indict they want to indict Donald Trump when he was the fucking president. Nigga, as the president of the United States, we got a problem with some of the shit you went and said in Russia, motherfucker. And he was the president. Nigga, you ain't like us. That's what the fuck they say. Don't act like us. Like I said, everybody else in civilized society handles business a certain way, but when the 5% does what's only right, something's wrong. I don't know what happened. I was talking too long. I'm lost. When you said Pyrrhic victories, that's a what was that? Because I see that happen a lot, Shaka Noodle. But what was you saying that in reference to? Right. Just like the crime bills not rule. See, y'all motherfuckers on point today. See, I'm talking all this fucking time, and y'all just bang, bang, bang. Y'all motherfuckers is laser point today. Y'all motherfuckers is laser light beam out this motherfucker. Exactly. How many black politicians was like, yo, son, yeah, this crime is overrunning us. This crack is overrunning us. So they went along with the crime bills and shit, but the unintended consequences destroyed they fucking communities that they was trying to save. That's a laser light beam example. See, I'm gonna tell you what it is, man. I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm gonna tell you what it is, guys. You see, this is the flying line with Yakub. Why niggas argue about who Yakub is. See that example, what you saying right there, not rule of law? See, the idea can be good, the intentions can be good, but in the implementation, God, they ways and actions was like a snake of the grafted type. The intentions was good, but they ways and see. Let's look. We give, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all, I don't see, because I'm not worried. See, a lot of individuals that's around right now, a lot of individuals that, I've been the Mr. Bad Guy. See, their intentions was good. I know why y'all like those niggas. But their ways and actions was like a snake of the grafted type. And if you don't see it, your ways and actions are like a snake of the grafted type. That freedom comes with a cost. Yeah, no one's above the law, man. Yeah, hold on, well, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, regarding the people I'm talking about. I mean, that's a certain science. Hold on. Robbie, who's this? Oh, Tuskegee experiment. But see, I already know Robbie laser like me. But that's another, people thought they was going there to improve their health. People that probably never been to the doctor was being convinced that, yo, they're going to save your life. And instead, by them going there, not saying it was their fault, but that's what it means. Unintended consequences. You go to try to save your life, but God, when they give you this shit, you give it to your wife. Your wife give it to your kids. See, maybe I should have picked a different topic. Because it seems like y'all already there. I think I might, that happens to me though. In the course of teaching, there's things that I don't understand, right? Or things that I didn't understand coming into the knowledge, right? And I'll be thinking that I have to explain that to other people. And they be looking at me like, yeah, God, we knew that. Like, what? Like, God, you know what's the biggest example of that? When it said, when a man dies, he never come back to tell the living whether he lied or not. I thought they meant the man who died wasn't telling you that. I thought that the person he wasn't telling you who lied was the man that died. I thought the man that died, like, let's say he told you all types of lies while he was alive and shit, right? And then he never came back and told you that, yeah, those was all some bullshit I told you. Like, I had the knowledge, yo, God, like 7, 8 years before I realized that he was saying that he never came back and told the people that, nah, the white man is lying. There's really no heaven and no God. It took me like 7 or 8 years, God, to see that guy. I don't know. Look, there's some shit y'all don't understand either. At least I figured it out on my own. I figured it out. Uh, I don't know what sparked me to figure that one out, but I'm just saying that tonight it's starting to seem like one of those nights where y'all way ahead of me. Major bank mentality. I like your name, Major Bank Mentality. Shams of luck. I gotta ask you guys, what does that mean? See, you got 2 A's in it. So I know it means something different. I know it means something different, right? But you gotta tell me what that means. Just for the people, just for the people. Because you can't sham God. But I know that's not what it means. Son of man. That's what shams mean? Major bank mentality, born reality is the name. Not for nothing, born reality. Did you know that we're forming a credit union on this channel? I don't know if that's some kind of omen, but I think you need to hear that. That we just at 6 o'clock we had the stakeholder meeting. We coming through the final phases of establishing it. I don't know if where you got your name from, but I think you need to hear that. I don't know if you're gonna add on or not. But either way, listen, it's gonna be something that eventually, right? Everybody that's of one mind with us is going to be able to, you know what I mean? But right now, it is something that, look, it's got to be like minds. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell everybody, I'm not a spring chicken no more. I'm a summer chicken. So I ain't going to, it is a certain amount of, I don't need to explain. I don't want to explain. You know what I'm saying? Especially, you trying to go through all of this and explain to people who will never understand. So that's another thing about the pieces still with the magnetic. You got to understand that let me tell you something. We would do a question. Complete. I do not want you to answer this question. You're banned. See, because complete winning people. There used to be people like that back in the cipher back in the days. You ask a question, complete when people you had to tell them, nigga, I ain't talking to you. You wouldn't be like that. But listen, not you either, Arabi. But listen, what is the etymology of the word educate? What is the etymology of the word educate? Complete said one jewel you hit me with in a video you did way back applies here. The science of 12,448 miles and 7,926 miles. This is like arcs and shit. Like I know the signs, but see, I don't be freestyling, guy. But at the same time, I write this shit down. So it be signs that you're saying, like, yeah, I know the signs what you're saying, but I don't know exactly what was the context that I manifested it in. Because that's just like what I'm saying with the two pieces of steel. It all depends on all different things. You see what I mean? Because see, sometimes a piece of steel with magnetic still got weak magnetic. And sometimes the piece of steel without the magnetic, right? It's not iron. It's not, not every metal, right, is attracted to the magnet. Not every substance is not something else. Which is very related to the reason why I asked y'all, what is the etymology of the word educate? Divine King, peace, God, I rest in California. Anybody in class tonight from the West Coast, California? What part of California? Shams Allah says Shams means son. All right, peace, God. Shams means son. Son Allah. Self he, Allah, master self. How you see that? Just in terms of that alphabetical equation that you put together right there, right? How you manifest that? Major bank mentality said, heard you say that when you're tuned to a degree. All right, G. I'm just saying that, look, somebody with a major bank mentality, you one of the people when we get our thing together, we're going to make a proposal to you so you can open an account at the Righteous Jewels Credit Union. I'm gonna go ahead and, I wasn't authorized to say that, but look, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let that little cat out the bag. Righteous Jewels Credit Union. That's what we start. We'll be up and running. We'll be up and running by the 17th of this month. Stay tuned. Shakanulu said he's originally from Cali. Shakanulu, I gotta ask you something about the VIG out there. Because, we got some people trying to hit us with a VIG over here. And, it's that's a whole look, we're not gonna get into that today. We gotta get into that later in the week. However, you would be surprised. You would be surprised. See, depending on what it is that you do, like if you come to the school, right, and you do something that is like your field of expertise, like you went to school and everything, like you put an investment into getting this skill, right? Then yeah, you should get paid if you use that skill. But gee, like see this here be building, like nigga, you wouldn't even be talking like that if it wasn't for this. What the fuck you look like? What the fuck I look like charging? fuck is you talking about? Some of this shit that people wouldn't get paid for. I'm saying this me. This is prime hours in New York City, man. I get money now. And I'm not saying that to complain. I'm saying that, listen, like Shaka Nulu said, it's not a labor for things that you love. But I'm just saying that when somebody else say, you getting paid for a finder's fee, you made some phone calls, and let's say you knew some people and you called in some favors. You want a finder's fee for that? 25%. Major bank mentality, is that even legal? Is that, I don't know. What's the VIG like out in Vegas? I don't know. Last time I checked, that's kind of high. That's kind of, is that usury yet? Because I'm saying, just as a person that, look, I've dealt with lawyers, agents, managers, et cetera, 25% is quite high. Quite. Watch Prince, nah, you can't answer, man. Get out of here. Okay, so we're starting to get some answers here. Our chief said to draw out. Edward Green said to lead. Shaka Nulu said to train or mold. Mega Divine Wisdom said to train by leading. Wise Prince, educare. So you said you from the Bay Area? All right, we need to talk to Knowledge Born. Knowledge Born rested out in the Bay Area, so he knows individuals from over there. So hopefully Knowledge Born will come in and we'll be able to get you in contact with some people. Omar Hashem, what is welcome to the channel. We helped build the school in Queen City. What's that? Is that Charlotte? What's Queen City? Peace from Cypher Heat. Ohio? I don't understand. You said although it did not last long. I mean, look, you got to learn. That's what we doing now. See, that's what, so you gotta take the best part and leave the rest alone. So, being from New York, right? It's also things that I absorb, right, from the people that I learned before understanding reached a certain level for us as a nation. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm still young enough to take advantage of those lessons. So that's one thing that I've seen happen in general in society and in particular in the nation, right? Is that because something didn't work out perfectly the first time and shit, now everybody's like, yeah, yo, nah. You have to, and I'm not saying that's not what you're doing. I'm adding on. You know what I mean? You got to look at the mistakes, whatever went wrong, and then use those lessons. Like now that you did it, right, and you see what went wrong, now you can predict the history, right, already knowing that, okay, we know this is going to happen. Now we can predict the history more accurately. Omar Hashem said, any guys in Cypher, he reach out. You know Freedom? No, Free Bar. My bad. Free Bar. What you said? If you don't charge, does that mean first class seats are free? No, no, no. That's different. See, first of all, you gotta remember that's the old me. That's just based on me knowing the lessons. But I've been in the movie now. And by the way, I checked the cash app and y'all haven't paid y'all $19.99. I told y'all now that I've been in movies. Now that I've been in movies, this is another level now. Y'all not recognizing my new status. Chakanulu said, as a union electrician, a lot of us say living the dream. Omar Chachim said, the pieces of steel to me is the right and left brain used to attract or repel. Magnetism is called by atoms facing one direction, aka single-mindedness. Okay? Arcrallo Robinson. Oh, Cincinnati, Ohio is Queen City. But did you know that Charlotte, North Carolina is known as the Queen City too? That's what threw me off. Shaka Noodle said, it's like I hear these dudes preach that game saying it's to be sold, not told. Right, complete to say, yeah, in the Carolinas, Charlotte is the Queen City. All right, yeah, when you get to the rally out there, when you see the guy Born, Born also comes on the channel over here. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing. Yeah, you remember Bronx War stories? You go back. You know what's wild, Shaka Nulu? Somebody just told me that I got access to a timeshare, in Vegas, and I can come out there and stay there for $250 for the week. I was like, yeah, I might have to roll out there, man, see what's up with Shaka Nulu. Shaka Nulu from 43rd and Fig. Listen, I don't even know where it's at. They said it's Vegas. All right. Agralo Robinson said he's in Sacramento for whoever was the brother that said he's looking for people in Cali. Sean Prince Sincere. Phil G. Wait a minute. Phil motherfucking G. Where's the thing at? Because we on what's the name tonight? Phil G. Phil G. Wait. That's the link right there, Phil G. Hit that link. Hit that link so you can come in. So you can come in. You need to come on the live, Phil G. You need to come on the live, Phil G. I need to holler at you. But getting back to the question I asked a while ago, there was a couple of people that said it, right? The root word, the 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 uh the etymology of the word educate, it comes from the word educare, which means to draw out. Now, see, how many times have I said on here that, see, we say we giving people the knowledge, right? We say we giving people the knowledge, but really, we bringing it out of you. And sometimes there's no there. There's nothing there to bring out. See, sometimes y'all beating y'all head against the wall. See, because when I say what I say, right? This is what you got to remember. Yeah, I'm the piece of steel, right? With the magnetic. And the words I'm speaking have magnetic. But see, you got to have magnetic for the word. I say what I say. Look, this YouTube. A lot of motherfuckers tune in, tune out. But see, it's something in you that had the magnetic to draw these words up and make something out of it. See, that's why the signs, what we've been teaching all this time, that one only learns what one teaches itself. And then, of course, as wise men, we give credit where credit is due. We know who manifested those words, right, that we was able to draw up. But see, there's got to be something in you that draws the signs to you, that causes, like Shaka Noodle said, for this to be something that you love and not a labor. See, if you was just attracted to the words, if it wasn't mutual, then nah, you ain't gonna get it, you ain't gonna have it, you ain't gonna be it. Nah, fuck with that. That should be happening. See, y'all in here, y'all look, y'all don't want me to bring you King on. Y'all don't want me, y'all see you King, this went past right there, right? Hey, look, you see how you King, you see how fast he went past just now, right? You can't been over here faking. Hey, look, don't tell Born Mastermind you can't be over here eating ice cream and cake and shit. Hey, look, you can't be eating ice cream, tubs of ice cream half the size of his body by itself. Hey, look, he eat off you one spoonful at the end. But see, y'all gotta come see. Look, you gotta meet you King, son. You got to come to the school, right, to meet you King. That's what I'm saying. It's forget about the lessons, right? You gotta know you King. Cause see, you King ain't like me. He ain't gonna come over here and run his mouth. See, I'm doing my own commercial now. There's other people that ain't gonna do that. But see, having the experience of being this. There's some people that look, there's people in here, they tell you, look, Allah real is an experience. He's not just a person that you know. Like it's an experience. Like, see, right now, me, I can say certain shit to Rob, be like, yo, you know, and we know the experience with that person. Like there's certain things where if I said to Robbie, yo, this person did that, it might sound odd. But if I say, yo, that person did that, oh yeah, you know that's how it is. Y'all gotta meet you kings, huh? Y'all don't know about you king.
I don't know about you kings just there.
They got, they telling you king, they got to come on the square for that though.
Yeah.
They got
Come to the foundation.
the foundation.
Your side. I tell
Hey, listen, hold up. I'm gonna give y'all one little key. This what you gotta know about you king right here. Yo, you king, how you doing?
Magnificent.
Hey, listen, you gotta come here and hear him say that in person, son. To say you a 5%, that you ain't never heard you king say that in person, you missed it, son. You missed it. You missed it, son. I'm telling you, son. Fuck all this. Look, when you come out here, don't even build with me. Just say peace, keep moving. Look for you, king. Say, yo, UK, how you doing? See,
I don't know about them. I know about me.
See, that's why it seems like labor. Because y'all don't know people like you, King, and Wise Jamel, and Dumont. Like, yeah, Dumont was he was, listen, Dumont was you know, Dumont let you know that 6 was a number. And that 7 was a whole other number. But, you know, if you knew him, you know, like on a personal level, that was another Dumont. See, that's how we tell a lot of people. That's what I'm saying. You know, you come to the rally, Mike, weekend, whatever, walking and talking, you know, having, you know, even you might live wherever, but just at least having multiple experiences where it's like I see you a couple of times or something. People don't understand that now. That's why you got people, look, you got people that have been seen less than 5 times. Like you've been seen less than 5 times in person, and you think you could call the shots for us?
What can you do? We don't even know the guy. It's you, Darkim.
Well, Major Bank Mentality said the gods agreed to keep Queen City Charlotte the same name as it was already due to the history of Queen Charlotte being an original woman. What's the science of that? I'm saying I don't know anything about that. I know about Queen Charlotte, but you saying she was the original woman. I never heard that science. What's the deal with that? Now Allah, you talking about now Allah from Medina? Robert Watson. Yeah, but what's the science of that though? But hold on. Phil G. It's funny that are you still out there, Phil G? I'm hoping that you're still out there because uh, Phil G. Me and Phil G had a little exchange where I need you to clarify some things for me, Phil G. Like me and Phil G had an exchange where it kind of started from just Phil G commenting on one of my comments, right? And then the comment that he made, right? I was aware that it's like immediately you're not really a part of this conversation. You're not one of us. You know what I'm saying? And then he went on to say some things. He was saying that he's plugged in, whether I like it or not. Yo, my man, did he know you King is magnificent? That's what I'm saying, G. It's God. Y'all made of the same stuff I'm made of. Even if it take you 100 years, you can figure out all the stuff I know and understand. Just like whatever, look, the people that build the pyramids, we made out of the same stuff they made out of. And in whatever degree of time, we can learn what they learned. They didn't just come up they didn't just come up with the pyramids. If you see, there's pyramids that they built before the Great Pyramids on Giza, where you can see that they had to go through a learning process. See, that's what Allah. Hold on. What the fuck is going on here? Oh. Universal Jamel. I tell people about the Flavor Man all the time. El Naheem, Dr. Mel son. You listen, even to this day, Dr. Mel son's son, Kahim, is another one still holding down. Agnin, Najee, Najee still holding us down. You know what I'm saying? Big Head, I can no longer give Big Head any credit. Big Head is trying to control things from a lane where he shouldn't even be speaking. Like some people don't understand that. Listen, when you choose a particular lane, you're not allowed to speak anymore. Like when I'm kind of refraining, but I don't know if Big Head knows that the reason why none of his suggestions have been being implemented is because I crush all of them on impact. Nigga, if I heard you suggested it, it ain't happening. Now, run tell that. Just for the record. And we're not paying your VIG either. I don't know if you're down with that little 25% VIG, if maybe that's why it was so high, because you're getting a cut too. But no, you're not. Ever. Let's stop there. That's enough. Yeah, now a lot from Medina. I got I don't know how many times you paid attention, or how many paid attention. I don't know how many times you tuned into the what's the name, but yeah, I got for those. I don't know if you're in the room, West Coast wise, but I got this brother that he's talking about right here. Peace be upon him. That's first one Prince's older cousin right there. That he was the reason that his name was Al Jabbar before he even came into the knowledge. Our God is a is a special individual in just the history, you know, the history of the five. You know what I'm saying? And him knowing who he is and all that, that's a certain science. But just in the history of the uh uh I guess you could just say, black liberation struggle, you know what I'm saying? Uh, I got it's called the fruit stand riot. The fruit stand riot. If anybody wants to look up some of our God's history, and some of the first 5%, right, when they was young, before they met Allah, look up that fruit stand riot. You know what I'm saying? But our God is one of them people that he didn't run his mouth like that. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, not just his history, you know what I'm saying, once he became, once he came into the nation, but even before that, you know what I'm saying? He already was our God. Like, look, even Allah said when he met him, when they was already the gods. You know what I'm saying? There were, certain things, of course, like I said, this nation is very specific. But I'm telling y'all, you got to know about our God. See, that's what I'm saying. See, our God is one of them people you ain't going to learn about on the internet like that. Because he don't run his mouth. So a lot of them sideline niggas, they don't know our God. They don't know his history. They don't know who he is, God. I'm telling you, in the history of Harlem, in the United States, in the black liberation struggle, our God was the man. Shaquem. Yeah, Najee. I'm gonna go up to the crib and see what's up with Najee. You know, I don't know. I gotta go by the crib. Almighty Dawood. You know what I'm saying? Another brother. These is, the brothers from down there where a lot of them moved to. You know what I'm saying? So, he might know a lot of these brothers even better than me, but yeah, these is, now we talking about the history.
What happened now? For what?
Art, life, culture. Indeed, the Harlem Six. But see, there was 6 people that got caught in that, but there's the fruit stand right. You know what I mean? From what I understand, there was a fruit stand owner that by that time in early 1960s Harlem was not native, and they didn't like his prices or his treatment of the people, and so in a kind of back and forth, like, yo, listen, you're not going to be treating us like this. Eventually, something happened where the whole precinct came out, and these motherfuckers, they went at it. They see the put like this: the police don't talk about that one. The police don't talk about that one. See what I'm saying? This shit right here, major bank mentality saying, I God love raisin bread. See, you can't get that on the internet. Just look, to know what it is, look, to bring the guys some raisin bread. And just how he might act and react to you when you bring him that raisin bread. And see now, oh man, you done made him happy. Now you done brought him that raisin bread. Hey, you all right, young guy? You can't get that over the internet. It's still brothers. There's a brother, he be right up there on like 131st Street. He was there. I didn't even know he was there. I was telling him what I knew about it because P was there too. You know what I'm saying? And then he all of a sudden, like as I was talking about, he was like, yeah, God, it was a beautiful day. I said, God, you was there too? Said, yeah, God. Just get busy. That's what I'm talking about, God. See, Arabi would never let you talk to them. Like if you came around right now, you say, yo, I want to talk to our God. Arabi said, you want to talk to our God? Who are you? Where you came from? What you want to see? What you want to see our God about? Because we know what the piece of steel with the magnetic is. And when you lose track of that, right? When you lose track of that, you start giving the magnetic to people, they can't even control it. They fuck it up. They use it to do the wrong thing, God. People, they get the knowledge because now you can move and shake in the hood and do your negativity. Peace. But see, you see, hold on, wait. And how you gonna be?
I'm gonna be magnificent.
See, y'all know about you kings, son. I'm telling you, come say peace to God, man. It ain't, see, that's what I'm saying, God. Y'all don't know, God, we have fun up here too, God. The people that came up here, they know. We have fun up here, God. But God, look, you gotta love us, man. Because otherwise, listen, I'm talking about just, look. Same. Our founder, got returned to the essence, G. Within 5 years, G. It wasn't no secession. It was, yo, yesterday, we could depend on Allah to give us guidance. And today, we on our own, man. We got to look back at that knowledge and wisdom, you know what I'm saying? Things that might have been said one time and get the lesson from that and take it on. Look, happened to me too. You know how many things I wish right now I could say, yo, Prince, remember that day we was building about this and you said that? It's a rhythm, G. Man, Sahim, Universal, Duma. You know how many of them I would have come on here and drop the signs that I told you, like, yo, this person taught me that. But look, if I can bring them on to manifest it to you, like how I got it. God, I didn't get all that stuff off the paper. The science of the clock, I didn't see that degree until after Prince returned. All my lessons was right here on this board, God. Not this particular one. It was a regular chalkboard at that time. But my lessons went on the board, God. And I had to, because at the time I'm moving and shaking. So I don't got pen and paper. It's other people. There's a brother, God. The guys from North Carolina, Major Bank Mentality. There's a brother that moved to North Carolina, God. I'm not sure what part he's in. God, he took notes, God. He's got notes, God. When P used to be building with us, the guys from Paterson, New Jersey, God. So when he was coming out here, he knew he didn't. See, I'm being lackadaisical because I'm coming every day. We maintain. It's not like a student teacher thing. It's like, yo, what up? You know what I'm saying? Yo, boo, boo, yeah. Yo, that, we talking regular. You you know what I'm saying? But science is being dropped, lessons is being given out. As I'm like, yo, boom, I'm in this stage of life or whatever. Like it could be anything. Yo, my son got eczema. Yo, guys, you know what you got to do when you giving the baby a bath, right? Right before you take them out, pour baby oil in the water. And when you pull him out, the baby oil is going to stick to his skin and just rub it in and then pat him dry. Don't rub it off. But we was just maintaining. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm going to the doctor. But that's what I'm saying. That's how it was. Like just, boom, the everyday problem what I'm having though. But you know what I'm saying? Got my older brother right here, especially for me because my pops had passed away. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same time, you got to take the good with the bad. You understand what I'm saying? Because I lost all my crutches. I, I had to take the training wheels off. you know, Before I wanted to, but how many people was ready for the training wheels to get taken off? You had to fall a couple times, everything. But like I said, he only could have got me up to 6 anyway. So, you know, much like his history, there's a part of his history, we get into that later, but it was the same way where it was like, yeah, after that happened, just like today, those that recall, I wasn't teaching a Monday class. This is really Umalah's class. You see, like I said, that's why I don't charge. I can't charge for this here. I can sell y'all t-shirts, or y'all can put it on Cash App, but I can't charge. Because of how much things I already learned from Umla. So see, this teaching, that's what I'm telling y'all. That y'all gonna have to do that. See, I'm just only but one person. We don't believe in a mystery God. See this Phil G? 120 knowledge, 120 wisdom, 120 understanding. What do you mean by this? Phil G, let me, full disclosure, and I'm a little bit tight with you, Phil G. Phil G, let's start here. I have 360 degrees of knowledge. You see, if your knowledge is not complete, how you gonna have wisdom? See, a lot of this shit sound fly when you just talking. But how can you wisdom the knowledge degree in the 1 to 10 if you don't know the whole thing? See, 360 degrees is the whole thing. Where you get this stuff from, Phil G? Because I asked you what's your righteous name. See, you said quite a few things, Phil G, that let me know you're not starting from one. You starting from somewhere out near good equality. Or you starting from somebody whose power that you seen. Where you get this 120 knowledge, 120 wisdom, 120 understanding? See, because let me ask y'all something about that 120 knowledge, 120 wisdom, 120 understanding shit. What happens when you get the culture of freedom? Every single mathematics goes from knowledge to born. We don't have no incomplete mathematics. See, you reversing it. You have to knowledge 120. You have to wisdom 120. And then most importantly, you must understand 120. But saying it the other way, that you got 120 of knowledge, no, that's wisdom before knowledge. Where you getting this stuff? Who's telling you that these are our rules? Mr. Saladin? No, he's not an expert on this. Is that where you getting this from? See, this is what I'm talking about right here. Complete. Let's bring it back where we took it. See, people need to learn the difference between good equality and God. 6.999999. It's not 7. Say your father Ab God. Which Ab God you talking about? He said 379 years need to be updated. See, this is what's stupid about that. Can you update in the 40th degree when it says the date of this writing is February 20, 1934? Can you update that? See, because that's what it's in reference to. See, these people want to look, and you notice my guy. That's why, look, y'all notice my guy. They want to take Elijah out of it because they religious. And they want Elijah to be a holy man. And if Elijah was wrong about one thing ever in the history of time, you want to take Elijah out. Nigga, how many Elijah got and you still got zero, motherfucker? We've been through this before. How many did we count? How many Elijah got and these motherfuckers got zero? Don't disrespect Elijah because Allah didn't come yet and manifest the signs. A man is held responsible for what he knows. Allah come in his own good time, and that time was 1964. And a huge part of what facilitated that is our brother Elijah Muhammad. You wouldn't be watching this channel neither if you knew everything. The shit that has been discovered, motherfuckers didn't know about DNA. But when they found out about DNA, guess what they found out? That all the people with blonde hair, blue eyes, descend from a common ancestor that existed 6,600 years ago. That's what the Human Genome Project says. Now, if Elijah Muhammad, remember specifically, he said the blonde-eyed, blue-haired devil. I said the blonde-eyed, blue-haired. the blonde-haired, blue-eyed devil. So wouldn't that seem to match right up? The 600 years of grafting. Sham God King said, "Is this Chinese wushu?" What happened? How did we get on that? What was I talking about? See, I'm gonna tell you, sometimes I go in the comments, that's when I get confused. That's why sometimes I just go off. Shot Prince said, back when I first got the knowledge, God used to say 120 knowledge, 120 wisdom, 120 understanding. I never got down with that. My knowledge is complete. Exactly. Tell him, Shot Prince, my knowledge is complete. That's saying y'all firing on all cylinders tonight. Y'all fire. Listen, I think I can go now. I think I can go now. Cause y'all saying all this shit better than me. I think my job is done here. We may have to retire the channel. I look, I've been on here 2 hours, and y'all motherfuckers just said everything what I said in like 4 or 5 statements. I think I had to take a survey and see if there's any new people, man. I'm gonna have to kick some of y'all off the channel or something. You know, that's what used to happen back in the days, right? That's what look, there came a time when we used to argue all the time, God. Like me and the brothers that I grew up with, like God, we would just be going in. Like, look, Arabi was part of that. With God, we should come to the rally. God, everybody with their signs. God was sword fighting. And one day the old guys told us that, yo, God, it's time for y'all to separate. Y'all have reached a point where y'all can't teach each other nothing. Like, y'all already got all the same knowledge. That's why y'all all bicker all the time. Y'all got to go amongst the 85% now and start manifesting that sign. That hypeness that you wasting arguing with your brother, you're supposed to be out there teaching. So yeah, I've been there. Ran into a brother on TikTok saying we a spinoff of the NOI in one of his videos. Then he went into the 85, 10, and 5%. Then went into the 1% and some more shit. I mean, listen, man. You know, people, uh, I mean, I don't see the Roman Empire, right? The foundation of it was these people called the Etruscans. The Etruscans was somehow Greek. They were some people that had migrated up to that part of the world in Italy, right? During the Greek Empire, and then they from them expanding their civilization over there, you know, those people ended up founding the Roman Empire. So, for instance, one of the evidences that you see of that is how the Roman gods is just the Greek gods renamed. That's what we teach. Matter and energy is not created or destroyed. We never taught no other science. Alfonso taught Fard. Fard taught Elijah. Elijah taught Malcolm. Malcolm taught Allah. Allah taught us. That's just the history. Listen, God, we ain't got. See, God, I embrace it, God. No, they can't shame me for being 5%. They right there, God. We on 126 and 7th. They're on 127th and 6th. But see, nobody can put it better than our brother Jack King put it. We not followers of Elijah. We practitioners of Elijah's teachings. They can say what they want to say. They ain't talking to me like that. See, because when they strayed away, they had to come to us. And they our brothers. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But they had to come to us because we had never stopped practicing Elijah's teachings. See, Elijah said ain't nobody supposed to be a follower after he's gone. I'm not going to condemn nobody, but I'm just telling you. Niggas talking about they under the tutelage of this and that. Nigga, what fuck more do you have to know after Elijah told you got the universe? Let's not even get into that. Shout out to my NOI brothers. I actually do love you. So Phil G says here, I've been holding Phil G's comment right here because Phil G, one thing you need to learn is that you're not one of us. And you can ask some questions, but not with this tone that you're asking. You cannot ask a question like you're the teacher. See, there's a difference in that. When I'm the teacher and I ask you a question, that's different from when you're the student and you ask me a question as a teacher. So Phil G says to knowledge the 120 lessons is only part of the demo. The knowledge aspect, yes, to accumulate a body of facts, learn it and respect it. Then to wisdom 120 is to make it walk and talk. No, to wisdom 120 is not to make it walk and talk. To wisdom 120 is to show and tell. That's your problem. You don't understand that culture is a way of life. See, wisdom is ways and actions, right? And culture is a pattern of ways and actions. So see, Phil, you could come here on this channel, right? And this is an action that you're doing, and you're speaking with me, right? Where you could say, I build with the gods, I wisdom with the gods. I had that experience, but this is not your way of life. You don't live like me, Phil, and I don't live like you. Like this right here, look, all I said is I'm a 5%. The 5%, strip away all the other words, is a teacher. So this is what I do. And this is what I teach. This is my lesson plan. Just like in college, you can choose to major in this or major in that. You can take a class. Look, you want to drop my class, drop my class. You see, what I don't go for, right, is nobody who's outside of this culture telling me how this culture goes. You said the knowledge must be complete. Then what is 120 knowledge then? All right, see, now listen. Art life coaching. I don't look. I know your point. I'm not going to argue with you, art life coaching. I'm not going to tell you, but listen. Do not call Elijah a Negro. Do not call Elijah a Negro. These things, listen. See, what I'm saying is this. George Washington did have some bullshit with him. But you don't hear the Americans talking about that. That's for the enemy to say. That's for the enemy to talk about the bullshit that George Washington did. Elijah Muhammad is a black American hero. And that's something that we've taken to, and don't get me wrong, we do have to do that. We have to be critical of those that came before us, not because we're criticizing them, but to look at the actions, whatever occurred, and say, okay, we're going to make these improvements. We see that these are the mistakes that they made. But we're talking, look, remember what Allah said on the tape? We don't talk about people. We talk about what they do. See, Elijah Muhammad, his intentions was good, and his ways and actions was not like a snake of the grafted type. He made some shit. He did some things that wouldn't have been what I did. But that's based on the knowledge and wisdom that I have that he manifested. Like now that I have had the ability to look, not only see the 120 that he manifested, right? But then receive the mathematics that Allah manifested, and then have the 20 years of experience that all those brothers had with that by the time I got it to add on. So to look back and not count all those extra steps of advantages that I had, that's fucked up. Yeah, listen, man. Elijah's the fucking man. And listen, you can say what you want to say, but what he built is still here. What he built is still here. Allah come in his own good time. Elijah Muhammad had his time. He had his time. Now we got our time. It's not for us to condemn those people that came in that time. Look, I learned that lesson about Martin Luther King. But I used to condemn he's shuffling all this shit. But at the end of the day, son, how much bullets you took? How much bullets you took after you knew they was coming for you? After you seen the niggas who was with you abandon you? How many bullets you took? That's when I learned to respect them. You know what I'm saying? You didn't get half your jaw blown off. You didn't get half your face blown off over the shit you talking to now be talking shit about somebody who did. So I don't do that. I don't do that. Don't get me wrong. I look. My nigga W.E.B. Du Bois, he got some shit with him, something that you need to learn from. That not, we never doing that. But you gotta learn to take the best part for yourself and leave the rest alone, man. You gotta learn to do that, or you're gonna lose in the whole of life. Hold on 1 second, John. Let's take a quick break. Y'all know if we had the equipment, I'll put the music on. But give me 1 second. Woo! You know why y'all the people too? You know what? You know why I like y'all? Cause see, remember when I told motherfuckers, I said, look, what I said, run, tell that. See, we got, it's 52 people right now, but at one point it was 58 people in here. But when I said run, tell that, it was about 30 people in here. See, that's why you shouldn't fuck with the 5%, because we see you motherfuckers. You think we don't know who you are, but we know who you are. Sham God King said we did not burn the lessons. All right, I like this, but what do you mean by that? We did not burn the lessons. All right, God Almighty. Yeah, we all got to be in the grind right now, man. We all got to be in the grind. Whoa. God Almighty, you just hit some serious language right here. What you said? You said, was I building? You said, was I building on the resurrection of God? How God is here after the last messenger. What do you mean by that? Like I'm saying, I mean, we building. I'm saying, you know, look, I'm like this. I'm like this right now. Wait, was like Coach just said, that's what the quotation was for. Elijah said, so-called Negro, so I referred to that. Never disrespect the messenger because he put that work in. Yeah. Elijah talk about the so-called Negro. Yeah, look, I just, you know, see, people keep acting like, who's this guy? Elijah told y'all I was coming, son. The problem is people ain't listen to my prophet, son. That's why they holy shit. And then when I came, I turned it up. They didn't like that. They would have rather Elijah never said what the fuck he said. So imagine if Elijah, look, imagine he would have just left that out. Just that one phrase out the knowledge degree. God of the universe. Imagine that. Where would you be right now, son? If Elijah left God of the universe out that knowledge degree? Tell me where would you be? Where would you be, son? Any of you niggas. Where would you be, son, if Elijah left God of the universe out? I rest my case. So, Devon said Elijah spoke on 2,000-year increments of great changes in civilization. Yaqub, 8,400 to 9,000. Musa, 11,000. Jesus, 13,000. Far, 15,000. Right, but you go back a little before that, but yeah, you talking about the recent prophets. Then you got the minor prophets. So, this is the 2,000 years, also coinciding with the precession of the equinoxes, etc., etc. But see, all that's expired. That part of the Quran where we dealing with prophecies is expired. Because now God is here. And so all that's been disrupted. The science with Jesus went to learn, I'm saying if we go on that science, right? The science with Jesus went to learn is no longer a mystery. The 5% is not a mystery school. I'm right here. You came just last week. And we was right here. And you came and bear witness to us, and we bear witness to you. Because you're not fake, and we not fake. You're not mystery, and we're not mystery. But yeah, this science right here, that's what we doing. We dealing with the science of time. We dealing with the science of Allah coming in his own good time. And we dealing with the science of dynamic gods and earths. See, like the science we dealing with the credit union is dynamic. Because it brings about change. So when people see that dynamic principle being manifested, right, to the fullest, and then they realize that, all right, yeah, boom. I'm going to manifest that principle. That's leadership. But yeah, this science right here, but that's what happened. Allah came in the midst of that time. Allah came in the midst of that time. See, just like Muhammad came in the midst of the time of Jesus. See, dealing with that science that you're talking about, remember, you got the major prophets every 2,000 years. But then you got the minor prophets. And some of those minor prophets also had dynamic impact. Right? Because remember, you got Musa, right? According to that science, civilized is non-bishop in here? I don't want to say this wrong. Musa civilized the uh uh the Jews, right? Nimrod civilized the Romans. See, there's other, throughout that signs, you do remember civilization, especially we can see it moving through Europe, right? We can see it go from Africa, right, to the southernmost parts of Europe, Greece, Italy, right? Then it starts moving, Spain, France, you know, England, then at the end is get the Vikings, right? That's all the way in the north of Europe was the last, they got civilized in the 1500s or something like that. Those is all different minor prophets that's known throughout the history of, what I'm saying, even the science of Constantine, not saying that his purpose was civilization, but he's bringing some of the elements of civilization, right, from parts of the empire like Northern Africa, right, that they conquered, right? You bring in elements of that civilization into the rest of the empire. I know I probably went on a crazy tangent right there. I know I probably went on a crazy tangent right there. But I see what you're saying. Like Coach just said, what I mean is people act as if all the world can produce wise men except those of us here in the United States. That's interesting. We mean by that? You said people act as if all the world can produce wise men except those of us here in the United States. I mean, okay, this is the better question, right? Who's the people that's acting like that? You know what I mean? Because here's the thing, right? People on the outside act like that, but we act like that too, as black people, I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody knows the saying, white people ice is cola. You understand what I mean? So when you say people act like that, who's the people you talking about? Right. Divine. Elijah said we don't need another messenger. Elijah said, after what I taught my people, they going to just do what they got to do. They don't need to follow nobody. I don't need to name no successor to what I'm doing. Shem God King said because you was talking earlier about how when the NOI stopped believing in the lessons in 1975, yeah, they threw it in the garbage. War of Dean. They threw 120 lessons in the garbage. They had to get it back from us. And listen, I haven't been to every Savior's Day. I don't have every word from Elijah Muhammad. But look, there's just some things going on over there right now that I'm just saying as a person. Well, look, I told you I'm in the movies and I'm a community leader over here. the fuck is going on with that, G? I don't recall that being. Look, I was there in 1930. I was there in 1940. Didn't go to jail with them in World War II. Was it there during the time of Malcolm? But God, I'm telling you, even NOI people be like, yo, son, you hardcore Elijah, son. You know, they, they fuck with me, G. Cause look, we brothers, man. We look that shit I be talking. This family business. This family business. I had fights with my physical brothers too. Or this family business. But you know, see, and that's another thing too for me. You know, these cats, they Muslims. They not Elijah. They always act like that. If you disagree with them or you disrespecting Elijah, nah, nigga, I disagree with you. Stop acting like you Elijah. This is 120 said, Elijah makes it plain for you in the books. Study his words, and he did those increments in time as well and correlates the dates in real time. He was speaking from the Asiatic calendar at times. Not just that, but you got to remember that until probably the post World War II era, every scientist and historian was actually trying to prove the Bible correct. From Newton to Einstein to they was all trying to prove the Bible correct. Like the Bible was the standard and everything else had to match up to that. So the same way how people look at that, and you can see that's what I'm telling you, saying. Supreme mathematics is the standard. And everything else is some other shit for me. In supreme mathematics, look how simple it is. It's just 1 to 9 and 0. That's why when you break it down mathematically, it be so simple. I was taught to master that. Just knowing what everything is mathematically and how it all relates to each other. And when you add this plus that, that's another thing I learned in the science of supreme mathematics, is that the communicative law of addition don't really work in supreme mathematics. See, knowledge wisdom is not wisdom knowledge. See, in the commutative law of addition, it don't matter. 12 is the same as 21. But in supreme mathematics, knowledge wisdom is not the same as wisdom knowledge. That's why we're not just doing today's date. We're not just doing arithmetic. We're doing supreme mathematics. And that's why that little 120 knowledge, 120 wisdom, 120 understanding don't work. Because we're not just dealing with the commutative law of addition. See, now I'm gonna tell you what you can bring from arithmetic: order of operations. See, in the order of operations, knowledge got come before wisdom. The order of operations put everything in its place and perspective. And you add, they interact according to a particular laws. The commutative law of mathematics means it's really you don't gotta apply no law here. See, wisdom understanding, the best part is the same as understanding wisdom, frozen. But we dealing with supreme mathematics. Phil G, I'm already telling you too much. You know something, Phil G, you fucked the class up today. I'm cutting this shit off. Because this is what I'm talking about, the piece of steel with magnetic. Phil G, you're not getting no more of this knowledge. I know what y'all thinking. This some white man shit. That's how the white man do. If one motherfucker fuck up, everybody gotta pay. But I'm old school. And it's not like I don't have class tomorrow. But exactly what I started this shit off to say, that's the fuck I'm saying. I'm giving this nigga all the magnetic. That's why we said keep this shit off the internet. That's what I'm doing that's wrong. But shit was too fucked up. And that's why we have to do the credit union. That's why we have to do it, to make this shit right. To see, for all them bullshit niggas that listen to this, right? That listen to this, and now when they come up to you, they just say the shit what I said, and you're like, oh shit, that's the guy. Yeah, he got a couple shortcomings. He got a couple degrees he need to brush up on. But if a nigga's smart enough, don't see. That was I had a lesson plan already. That was what it was. How many people remember when we used to have a saying in 5%? That we would rather be around somebody that have this in their heart and not in their head than around somebody that have this in their head and not in their heart. See, the problem is niggas like me. I'm a decently intelligent motherfucker. Like when I was in the Christian world, right, and we used to have the Easter speeches, I used to blow the fucking church up, G. I used to bring the church to their fucking feet. Because when I was a little kid, like 5, 6 years old, I used to do the longest speeches out of all the kids. Like the shit started, they sent me to the shit that was like, yeah, people doing the Christmas speeches. So first they gave me like a little speech. It was like little 4 lines or something. So they gave me the speech. Like it was like everybody gotta go memorize their speech, right? So I came right back and I knew the speech. So they was like, oh snap, he's all right, man, give him this speech right here. Because it wasn't like we had weeks to memorize the speech. We was just supposed to be beginning to learn them. So they gave me that speech with maybe like 2 or 3 more lines. I came right back according to the speech. Yo, God, they gave me some shit that was like a whole page long because I remember every speech they gave me the first day I came back and quoted it. So eventually, when they give me the speech that's like a whole page long and shit, I come into the church to say the shit, everybody goes crazy. What I'm saying, I already can do that. Don't be fooled by these motherfuckers that talk a good game. Don't be fooled by these motherfuckers. See, look, here's the thing. My hands is dirty too. See those calluses? My hands is dirty too. I don't like to be disrespected. I'm a man of respect. I show people respect. But I don't grandstand. Listen, I told y'all, I'm a summer chicken. When I get into my fall and my winter years, as I go into my fall and winter years, like I've been told y'all, I'm only gonna be as great. This channel is only gonna be remembered for what y'all do. It's really our time. I'm winding mines down. You know, I actually look. I'm calling my kids and shit. I called my kids up, told them I was in a movie. You know, and then me and my oldest daughter, you know, we was having a little talk where, you know, we never spoke on that particular thing, but it's like, yo, you know, for people like me, right, from where I came from, right, I wasn't going to be able to do everything. You know what I'm saying? You know, sometimes you got to choose whether you want to be a hero in the street or a hero in the house. So for my kids, some you know, in some ways, they like, yo, you know, you told them more than you told us. Some of them is just now starting to realize that, yeah, I expected more from y'all than I expected from them. You know, they you know, you harder on us than you are on them. They're just now starting to understand. But that's the life, you know what I'm saying? You know, at the end of the day, I made the world a better place. You know, and see, even look, they don't even realize it. My sons actually kind of don't like it. My daughters don't realize it. Like they don't realize it. Like my sons, they don't like that everywhere they go, right? Especially my oldest son, because he's named the same thing. He got a nickname. He don't even go by Darkim, because now you gotta live in a world that's already preceded you. You know what I'm saying? Like when you come and you say that, they're like, wait a minute. It's not many Darkim show bull bull, and then he's gotta say yes. And you know, he you know, at least for a time, you know what I'm saying? You know, he's coming back around, but for a time, he wanted to be the first him and not the second me. You know what I'm saying? So for them, it's like, yeah, you know, you go in any section, and it's like, yeah, when they say, like, oh, yeah, I know you're talking about, ooh, you know, for my daughters, on the other hand, they don't realize that as they move through the world, right, and they just be saying, like, yeah, you know, they don't realize that people's like, oh, okay, there's a certain way that we handle y'all because, and I'm talking about from teaching, from people love me, and I love people. But in order to build that out, right, where they can move how they move, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about from everything from my relationship with the Board of Education, was so that they can move the way that they move. Like right now, to this day, right? Only she volunteered, she in the medical profession or whatever. But none of my kids don't got vaccines. I've been on it. My oldest son is Wisdom Bill. Long before all this shit came, I read. Listen, if you want to get some papers, you want to know whatever state you in, you gotta talk to Sienna. Sienna do that midwife stuff, so she know all the stuff that's going on with babies. But when she got into it, I already was. Don't get me wrong. She's more into the details of it. But what I'm saying is, look, I got a family exemption that I went one time back in the days, and after that, I never had to go back until just recently. When whatever happened, they changed the laws a few years ago. They still never said nothing to me. And then recently they said something, but I don't know what they did, but they got over that. They got it. But like I said, it's because I got a lifetime New York City file. And see, they use it against me. They use it against me when they ready. And when I'm ready, I use it too. They use it against me. Yo, this is you right here. You was here. Yo, we know you this. Yo, you affiliate. Yeah, motherfucker. I'm a 5%. This is my culture. You gonna say I'm making it up now? When you got me on file, all these fucking places? This is my culture. I'm not doing that. Certain things I don't deal with. It's not dealing with my culture. I don't eat pig. Look, when we was in the hospital, we didn't take the cow milk. We made them. Now that more knowledge came out, we know that the soy milk is not like that neither. But at the time, all of that was on file. They almost had to arrest me in the fucking hospital. Like literally, the motherfucker came with a paper and said, "Yo, look." The person that came told me, "Yo, some shit I wasn't agreeing with." I don't know if y'all ever seen this, right? There's a monitor. There's a monitor that they put in the baby's head when it's still in the woman's stomach, right? And the monitor is like a plastic tube, and inside the plastic tube is a little metal thing that they stick in the baby's head, God. This is my first child, my son. These motherfuckers is saying they gonna stick a pin in his head, God. No, no. So the nigga comes this close to my face like this. He said, "If you don't do this, the baby could die." I said, "Yeah, well." At the time, my standpoint was, well, if my baby died, I'd rather it be because of my decision than you put a pin in the baby's head. Like at the time, I'm not monitor. What? What kind of monitor requires you to stick a pin? He said, yeah, it's just like a little prick. It just barely goes in. What? So the nigga say, yo, you're gonna have to sign a paper saying if the baby dies, it's not our fault. So I said, bring the paper. And the nigga looked at me like, we just told you the baby is gonna die and you didn't react? Nah, nigga, fuck it, because what the fuck are you talking about? Baby's been being born since before. Why does the baby need you to stick a pin in his? I just couldn't understand that shit. Like at the time, to, so I'm saying all this is on my file. All of this shit, like I said, they brought papers. I had to sign shit more than one time for disagreeing with the fuck they saying. So just like they use that shit against me, I use it for me, nigga. When it's time, nah, nigga, don't say I don't got a nut. I'm not with these niggas. Check my motherfucking file. Going back to board of education, I never fucking complied. That's a way of life. When I was in school, even the teachers called me Darkim. But even the guys was like, yo, guy, how you did that, guy? Even the teachers called me Darkim. Art life culture, so that goes back to the Elijah comment. A large amount of people within the U.S. and scholars, especially of religion and social culture movements, Gandhi gets looked at as inspired by Brahmin piety and was a piece of shit. He looked out. See, let me tell you something. There's different levels of the world, G. See, everybody's my brother, even the white man, on a universal level. But see, on the economic level, come and get this money. Some niggas is my niggas and some niggas ain't my niggas. See, when we get to the political level, some people got my interest and some people don't got my interest. See, on a universal level, yeah, I'm not pro black. I gotta have white brothers. And it's righteousness shit. I got white people that add on with this here. You see, on the political level, I don't have the people that you on the Democratic side or the Republican side, nigga. Prey don't have friends amongst predators. And predators is not friends with prey. You heard a story about the alligator that convinced the monkey that I give you a ride over the river? Nigga, prey don't have friends amongst the predators. Fuck them in both of their sides. I'm not down with none of them. So y'all ain't engaged in some side rallies over here, I see. Now, divine, you help your uncle in carpentry, you Jesus Christ. You a carpenter like Jesus Christ. Y'all going in some science here, dealing with Musa. You know, see, some of this y'all going into here, the science of Musa is half original. He got his Egyptian family, and he got his Jewish family. Lord Shallah in the building. So yeah, I caught back up to y'all in the comments here. No, Jesus started learning the science of carpentry right before he went. See, and we actually covered that. You know what I'm saying? Right before he went to the mystery school with the Essenes, but that story was just saying that he knew the basics of mathematics before he went over there to elevate his knowledge and understanding to that level. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I see. We did. But at any rate, we are down on the battery power. We've pretty much done our usual, per usual, here on the class. You know what I'm saying? So we'll wind it down right now. It's just a couple of battery powers left right now. So if we got any quick questions right now that anybody got, we can cover those uh, until the meantime, in between time, when we're back in effect. Do we have any questions about something that maybe I wasn't clear enough about, or just at random? But just a recap, a recap. Nah, I think I'm more like Samuel Jackson. I think I need to be with Samuel Jackson. I'm just saying. I think Samuel's a little more gangster. But just to recap, man, we were speaking about the two pieces of steel and the piece of steel with the magnetic, and just how the laws of magnetic deal. That was really telling you when Yakub experimenting with two pieces of steel. It's man and woman and all of this, but we talking about all aspects of society. We dealing with two pieces of steel. And understanding what the signs, what the signs of those two pieces of steel and what your experiments, right? See, the experiments, I didn't have to experiment. The experiments already took place before, where I already knew what my law was. Like attract, unlike repels. See, when the true and living God is born with the true and living God, they not two pieces of steel. They one piece of steel. And like is attracted, and unlike is and will be repelled. And so you got to understand that understanding the science of these two pieces of steel and how they interact with each other, how men and women and all other aspects of society interact with each other. is dealing with the two pieces. And in every one of them situations, you better know which piece you is. And if you us, you better be that piece with the magnetic. So I said, why do they say Jesus was a high priest in the order of Melchizedek? With Harris? Nah, I don't know about that. This, you think these are the little new school guys. That's different. Why was he a high priest in the order of Melchizedek? Now, you know what's messed up is that the Melchizedek that be selling our shit then fucked up my history. I'm trying to recall exactly who that Melchizedek was, but he was the holder, if I'm not mistaken. Melchizedek was the type of nigga that was the holder, he was the keeper of the lock. Let's fire up the coals. See, you got the keeper of the lock and the holder of the key. And Melchizedek was one of them people in the history of time that was the keeper of the lock. And Jesus became a high priest because he was the holder of the key. You know what I mean? Just like somebody was saying earlier, how Jesus came to institute that was a new era of prophecy. So all of the questions that those people had, Jesus came with the answer. But Melchizedek was one of the, look, like John the Baptist. John the Baptist was a holder of the lock. He wasn't the keeper of the key. But we got Don Bishop in here. Don Bishop could, Don Bishop has that specific biblical knowledge. What's the signs with knowledge God and his minions? Them guys be sounding mad religious on social media. See, now look, this is one of the things that I be saying about the piece of steel with the magnetic. You see, when you said them gods, and I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying all of us, we be doing that, right? All of us, we be doing that. Son, you just made that nigga a paperclip. Just by referring to them as them gods. See, now to an outside person, it seems like it's two guys disagreeing. Nah, it's one guy and a fool ass nigga following another fool ass nigga. We actually confer, like when we refer to these people as Muslim gods, this kind of God. No, there are no kind of gods. Not based on this science, what we talking about. So, yeah, those cats, look, they're another group of cats. Well, look, all I could say to all of them, I said it earlier, and look, tell this again. When you're in the bitch ass nigga lane, matter of fact, let me see, because fuck it. When you're in the bitch ass nigga lane, you don't get to talk. You don't get to have an impact on national issues. You don't get to sign papers for us. When you're too scared to even speak to us, to even come stand on the square and say, peace, brother. Like, do you have brothers like that? Like, in what thing your Boy Scout brothers Chakanulu said he's in the union. If there's a union leader that can't come talk to y'all and tell y'all this is the fucking deal that I cut, what fucking world does that exist? And see, that's what we've been doing, G. See, like I said, with piece of steel, it's cold, hard, magnetic. You either attracted or you not. Those niggas, see, in knowledge God, his history, I'm not assailing him. But see, this is what's happening, God. He's promised those niggas, God, that they can live in luxury, God, with us as their footstools. That if they come back and manifest this shit he's talking, right, that they're going to somehow take over the nation and do the right thing. That's what the fuck these people think, God. That's why they don't like me. Know why they don't like me? You know why they don't like me? Because I'm like Akbar, son. And they know if I don't get them, they going to get got. Because y'all, whatever strength y'all got for me, I'm only as strong as y'all. They already know, ain't no point. They already know, ain't no point. Because I already taught, G. And it's nothing they could ever do. The nigga already tried to kill P. And now look. Tried to get P out the school. And now look. It won't work, G. Because we teachers. Because I don't have no students. I teach teachers. Hey, look. Abdul said when I'm running for mayor against Eric Adams, look, it might be the next time. If it comes to the point where I think I'm the only option, because we got to get rid of that Negro. You know, Chesedek say he the high priest of the NOI. Lord Shalak, but tell them they not ready, God. John couldn't hold his head, God. John couldn't hold his head. See, John wasn't examining motherfuckers. See, John was just a keeper of the lot. So every motherfucker that came around, John baptized the motherfucker. Because he might have been the guy. And eventually, he did baptize the guy. But he put so much shit out there. He went to Rome and they chopped his head off. Plus, he was crazy. He went in there and was praying to some ex-friends. We out here doing the pimping, son. And you out here, hey, Captain, you gotta go, Captain. By the time he went over and did that, ex-friends, we got new niggas, G. All of them. The people that didn't understand. The people that didn't understand. I would drop the beat, son, but I ain't got the equipment today. I ain't got the equipment. I left the equipment at the house. And I meant to go right back upstairs, but I was like, yeah, I got some shit to do. And then when it was time, we had to do the call and everything. So I didn't end up getting the equipment. But look, tomorrow we be in effect. With the cameras back, look, we'll be back on location. But we're gonna be going on location between Bob and Jim. But at any rate, like I said, the battery is almost out anyway. Like I said, we did our usual thing, what we do, you know what I'm saying? Here